Usually purple freaks me out because I think it's going to be laggy. People with bad match percentage tend to be really laggy. Is it another boomer meme? Yeah, exactly. Speaking of boomer memes, oh my god, we were talking about Flight Sim X, or not Flight Sim X, we were talking about Flight Sim 2020 yesterday in chat, or the day before, whenever it was. And they just lifted an NDA, and like everybody who has gotten to preview the game like released all their footage, and it looks so good, dude. Oh my god, Flight Sim. It looks amazing. Why did you do that? Krillin staggers, man. The Krillin staggers. How many months in the Himalayas do you have to spend to have Goichi defense? The thing is that, like, having reactions like that, it's not purely like, yeah, he reacts well. It's not literally that, like, if they did, like, a lab test of who can react to stimulus faster, I'm sure Goichi would do well, but I don't think he would do, like, better than, you know, any other good player. But he's able to react so well because he understands the situation so well, and because he is practiced so much that like everything is so encoded in his brain, and he's able to like pull out the correct answer to different situations so quickly. It's not purely a matter of reaction time, it's being able to like analyze all the options your opponent has at any given time and be ready for each of them, right? That's why he's so good. So I guess what I'm saying is practicing in the Himalayas probably wouldn't help that much unless you were like practicing against a really good player. But just like practicing solo, training mode, probably wouldn't help. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but it wouldn't be enough to bring you to Goichi level. Obligatory level 5, let's do it.
That's right, boys. Mondo.
Hey, Tom MCX. Thanks for the tier 1 sub, man. Much appreciated. Alright, Gogeta's going in. Oh, meditating in the mountains. Oh, until you, like, ascend to a higher plane? Yeah, it might take a while. I knew as soon as it wasn't laggy, I was like, oh, maybe he really is just a rage quitter. That's funny. Super Saiyan Goku 2M? Yeah, his is really good too. There are a lot of good 2Ms in this game. You know who doesn't have a good 2M? Sad. Sad stuff. I'm gonna hit him this time, guys. Just a little bit closer. What anime have I watched? There aren't very many I've watched all the way through. I've watched almost all of Death Note. I feel like I've watched enough Death Note that I don't need to see anymore. I stopped watching when it got off the rails. I've watched like half of DBZ. I've watched I'm in the Android arc of DBZ. I've watched all of Samurai Champloo. I've watched all of Cowboy Bebop. There's some others that I've seen that I'm just not remembering right now. I've watched all of Paranoia Agent. No, I didn't watch JoJo. I've seen a couple episodes of JoJo and a couple episodes of One Punch Man. I've seen a little bit of Gurren Lagann. Oh, you know what I have watched all the way through is Evangelion. I loved it. After I finished Evangelion, someone recommended I watch Gurren Lagann. And it was good, but it didn't really hit a lot of the same notes. But the animation is really, really good. Oh, and I've watched all of Little Witch Academia. That was a good one, too. That was uplifting. I gotta watch Parasite. I gotta watch One Punch Man. I gotta watch JoJo. Yeah, everybody definitely has their one that I absolutely need to watch before I die. But I think I'm okay for now. Oh, we've played this guy a bunch, actually. It just occurred to me. Wow, did you just punish that? Gotta watch all of One Piece in one sitting. Am I aware of the JoJo references? I know some of them. I know, like, It Was Me, Dio. I know How Many Breads Have You Eaten in Your Life? But I don't know all of them. The Flight Sim, the animation? Dude, if only. If they made an anime about a Flight Sim player who was, like, aspiring to be a real pilot or something, that'd be a good anime. Watch that one anime I've always wanted to watch but never had the chance to. That was kind of Evangelion, to be honest, but I actually did watch all of that. And I was satisfied. I was really dissatisfied with the original ending of Evangelion, but the movie was really, really good. The movie fixed it.
Are you ready? Over here. Over here.
Would I watch JoJo if I heard there were planes in it? Can you fly the planes? That's all I care about. Oh god. Yeah, congratulations. Exactly. The one thing I never understood about Evangelion, though, is why are there like 4 episodes in the middle that are just like slice of life episodes? Why does Evangelion just become like a regular normal show for like 3 episodes and then it goes back to being super weird and depressing again? Like right when Asuka is introduced, the show becomes normal for like 3 episodes. I thought that was a little strange. Do I recommend Evangelion? It depends. If you're okay with watching something that is like kind of depressing, I would say yes. Something that will like challenge you, and it's parts of it are hard to watch. If you're okay with that, in exchange for something that's like interesting and unique, and I've pretty much never seen anything else like it, then I would say go for it. But if you just want like a fun anime to watch in your free time, I would maybe watch something that's more conventional. Family Guy is a good anime. Bro, what about The Simpsons, though? My favorite anime, Dexter's Lab. That's a good one. Yeah, some of the parts of Evangelion are like absolutely mind-blowing. Like, it feels very filmic in parts. Like, there's parts that it's like, wow. Like, this is the kind of editing that you would expect to see from, like, a classic movie. But there's also some parts that are just really crazy and stupid. And the ending is really bad. Like, everybody warned me. Everybody warned me. They were like, the ending of Evangelion is absolutely horrible. It was so bad that they had to make a movie to retcon it and fix it. And they ran out of money and all this stuff. And it's all true. Everybody giving me all those warnings actually didn't prepare me for how bad it is. Yes, Netflix does have Evangelion. It has, like, a couple of the movies, but the only one I've seen is End of Evangelion. Yeah, the end. I was not prepared for how bad the ending is. But the movie End of Evangelion is really good. It's really weird, but it's really good. And it fixes the ending.
Foolishly defy the god. You have sealed your fate for eternity.
Am I gonna watch Rebuild of Evangelion? I'm not really planning on it. I think I've had enough Evangelion for my life. Like, it was great, but, like, I don't think I need to see more. It's kind of like how, you know, I've seen, like, the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons probably, like, 5 times each, but I don't need to see the new episodes of The Simpsons, you know what I'm saying? How's my day been? Pretty great, actually. Pretty great. I'm excited. Tonight I'm going grocery shopping. I know going grocery shopping doesn't sound that exciting to most of you, I'm sure. But it's like one of my favorite things to do. I just love doing it. The Street Fighter game where the characters are mecha? I have no idea what you're talking about. You mean like literally it's a Street Fighter game, or do you just mean it's like a Street Fighter style fighting game? Oh, I have heard of Cyberbox. That's what Jin from Marvel 2 is from. Oh my god. This character's so hard to block. Honestly, I would say like the greatest plot arc in anime history is when Skinner made Principal Chalmers the steamed hams. I think that's probably my number one. Wow, we missed the punish. Literal Street Fighter characters as mecha. Is this a fan game? I have no idea what you're talking about.
This next one's gonna wipe you off the face of the planet. Can't believe you can still fight after that. Come on, try harder.
Also, who shot Mr. Burns? The greatest mystery arc in any anime, for sure. I know you guys a lot of you are young, so you probably don't remember this, but I'm not going to spoil who shot Mr. Burns, even though it's like 20 years old or whatever. But Who Shot Mr. Burns was interesting because they had like a promotion where you could actually, it was a 2-part episode. It had a to be continued. And they actually had a promotion where after the first episode aired, you could send them a letter and tell them who you think shot Mr. Burns. And if you were right, I don't know what they would give you. They would give you like a free tour of the Simpsons studio or something. They would give you something. And actually nobody got it. And they promised that that it was going to make sense. That it wasn't just going to be like, oh, some character who's never been on the show before, you've never seen him before, did it, blah, blah, blah. No, it actually did make sense. And nobody got it. And if you rewatch it now, there actually are some clues. But yeah, it was a great episode. I mean, Mr. Burns didn't actually die. Obviously, he's in the show for like the rest of the show, but he did get shot by a character. Mo showed us how to deal with a gangster who's dissing her fly girl. Mo is one of my favorite Simpsons characters. He's so funny, dude. But yeah, I always thought that was interesting that nobody guessed it. I probably wouldn't have guessed it either, to be honest. I mean, I will say it's pretty random who did it, but it's not like it's some character who doesn't exist. Anyway,